Hey, fourth graders, Mr. Crowell back with you today. We're going to do lesson 5 out here on the deck. We've got some nice weather. Looks like we've got some blue sky trying to come through. Got some trees off in the corner, but anyway, inside, outside, it doesn't matter. I like to do this kind of wherever I can just to kind of have fun. And today we're on the deck of Mr. Crowell's house. I just wanted to let you know that also you're going to be seeing some things in terms of these ELA lessons from Miss Icano. You may see it from even Mr. Ross or Miss Boyd or Miss Harris. But if you do, we are all working together to give you the best information and the best support as you work through these lessons in ELA. And of course, we are currently reading Anatomy of a Volcanic Eruption. So you will see these on YouTube and you will have a chance to kind of hear a couple of voices. So I would look forward to hearing from Miss Icano. I know she's working hard to put together some videos for you. So we are all working together for you. Today we have lesson number 5, and this is pages 28 through 31 in Anatomy of a Volcanic Eruption. If you're following the schedule and pacing, this is Friday the 24th. This is the last lesson for Friday. And we'll have a couple more for the following week that will be forthcoming. So check the YouTube. Clover Creek Hawk Soar, I believe, is what you'll be looking for. But today we're going to be going through just a couple of pages, chapter 3 in our book. We're going to have 2 vocabulary words, investigations and diverted. So again, raise your hand, raise your finger, raise your thumb. Don't raise anything at all. Just say, hey, Mr. Crowell, I got it. I see it. And that will be the vocabulary word. And we'll talk a little bit about it. A couple of assignments here for reading and writing, which we'll get to at the end. Of course, you'll be needing your reader-writer journal to do that in. And so we'll talk about that at the end. You guys ready to go? Okay. Please find page 28 in your book. Actually, the book, you have actually a printed copy of it. So it is the same. Page 28, chapter 3. It is called Volcanology. Volcanology. Okay, please follow along as I read. We'll see if we can find some of those vocabulary words. Volcanology, studying volcanoes. The study of volcanoes and their eruptions is called volcanology. Most volcanologists have graduate and doctorate degrees in geology or volcanology. They work in offices and laboratories. They also work on or near volcanoes. That makes sense. Geological investigations. Ding, ding, ding. There you go. Investigations is one of our vocabulary words. Investigation. What is, Mr. Crowell? What is an investigation? It is to, let's see, what can I see? It is to examine or research. To examine or research something. So when you investigate, you're examining, you're poring over information, you're researching, you're gathering information, you're looking in books, and you are investigating. You are finding out information, and that's what these folks do, is they find out information on volcanoes. One way volcanologists study volcanoes is by studying a volcano's lava. They measure the temperature of fresh lava. They study the makeup of lava. They also study the age of all volcanic rocks to determine how long ago eruptions occurred. And here we see on page 28, the bottom, a very brave volcanologist who is studying the lava flow in Hawaii. Page 29. Here we have our wonderful Mount St. Helens, which is in our Ring of Fire. Remember, Ring of Fire. That is one of our mountains in our mountain range. And we have some volcanologists looking and studying that. Down below, page 29, Seismology Investigations. Many times earthquakes occur before, during, and after volcanic eruptions. Volcanologists study these earthquakes to learn more about volcanic eruptions. Volcanologists use seismographs to study earthquakes. These tools give information about the location, size, and strength of an earthquake. Remember, on your writing and your paper, you will see that the seismographs is bolded. That will be in your glossary. So that's when we see bolded words. Go back to the back of your book, and you'll find the definition in your glossary. Here with seismograph, they actually give it, so you don't have to go very far. Seismograph is an instrument that detects ground motion and measures how strong it is. It's right there. Page 29, boys and girls. Page 30. We're going from 29 to 30, Mr. Crowell. Keep with it. Satellites. Satellites orbit Earth and take pictures of our planet. These pictures give scientists information about events such as volcanic eruptions. Volcanologists can look at satellite images to track ash clouds, see pyroclastic flows, and determine the size of eruptions. Tracking ash clouds is very important, especially for airlines. Ash clouds are dangerous to fly through. Planes are diverted if scientists determine there's an ash cloud in their paths. Diverted. let's check. Is it on the vocabulary board? There it is, boys and girls, diverted. I almost forgot it. What is diverted? That means, and it kind of is, when we look at context clues, we talk about it that changes paths. So it is really the change of course. So to divert is to change your course. How do you spell course, Mr. Crowell? Or you can say path. So if you divert something, you're changing direction. So those planes go around the ash plume. Don't go through it. Bad for the engines. Satellite images also help volcanologists find possible hotspots in Earth's crust. This helps them predict where future volcanic eruptions might occur. Plate tectonics. Bottom of page 30, please. Right underneath the satellite picture. Plate tectonics. Earth's crust plates movements account for most volcanic activity on this planet. So volcanologists also study plate tectonics. They examine Earth at convergent plate boundaries and divergent plate boundaries. Volcanoes often produce large local ground movements. Scientists also look at how Earth is moving at fault lines. Page 31. We have a lot on page 31 right here. We have a lot of pictures. We have lots of images and text boxes. We have volcanology tools. These are things that volcanologists will use. Seismographs, GPS instruments, video and still cameras, infrasound microphones, lightning detection equipment, infrared cameras, cameras on robots, thermometers, tools that measure volcanic gases. And we have seismographs, which is up in the corner. There it is, Mr. Grell. There's some geologists who are using a laser device to study a volcano in Hawaii. We have a GPS unit, and then we have water tilt meters are often used to detect changes in the slope of volcanic surface. So all these things on page 31 help volcanologists understand volcanoes, their eruptions, their movements, when they might occur, all those important things. So we are stopped. We're going to stop because we are to stop at page 31. Your reading assignment for this lesson is to go to page 70, 270. 270 will look something like this. Up here, we will use those words that we talked about, write a couple of sentences. And down here, based on your reading of our 28 to 31, we want to reread page 31 of Anatomy of Volcanic Eruption. What is the meaning of the word tilt meters? So you have to look at the context clues and see what that means. Write an opinion about whether the use of this term is helpful and effective in helping you understand volcanology. Use details from the text to support your answer. Make sure you use details, information from what we have read on page 31. That is your right in response to reading. Then we are to go to page 272. 272 is right at the very top. There's a writing portion. Our directions are: write several paragraphs about a volcanology tool, tell why it's important, explain how it works, use facts, details, and domain-specific vocabulary, which is the actual terms of those instruments, and words that help, like magma and lava and all those things to support your answer. Again, if you need more space, get a big piece of paper on a spiral notebook and write to your heart's content. Well, that is lesson 5, boys and girls. It's been a great time hanging out with you here on Mr. Crowell's deck. Do your best. Do what you can. We appreciate all your hard work. Parents, awesome. You are also awesome to support your kids. But kids, you are super awesome. We miss you. But we'll keep making these videos, hoping to helping you out. So this is lesson 5. And this is Mr. Crowell signing off. Hey, do your best. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.